All right, guys, what's going on? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And yeah, it is definitely good to be back. My state earlier this week got hit by a hurricane, and I feel very blessed and very fortunate to say that everything is okay. There was nothing lost. The house is okay. All the equipment is still here and all that kind of stuff. And more importantly, everybody is safe. I actually got out of Dodge and went to a shelter, even though I was not in a no flood zone. But when you got a possible Category 4 coming to hit you head on, it's you're better off just getting the hell out of Dodge and playing it safe, right? So that's exactly what I did, and it was just 2 days worth of in a shelter and everything like that. Much to my surprise, there weren't that many people in a shelter, at least not as much as Irma. So, but thankfully, as far as I'm concerned, and for the people in my area, the storm shifted towards the east, so it was below us as opposed to right on us. So we were blessed with that. But shout out to everybody else that wasn't as fortunate. Hopefully it didn't impact you guys too much, and hopefully you guys didn't lose too much of anything. Hopefully nothing at all, and hopefully everybody's okay. First and foremost, that's what you want, is you want everybody to be safe and you want everybody to be okay. So ultimately, hopefully that is the case for everybody that has been impacted by this storm in my state. So yeah, but without further ado, I just wanted to make this shorter little video to let you guys know that the weekly podcast will be returning, except there's going to be some changes. Number one, it's always going to be live. Number two, it's always going to be on YouTube. And number three, I have a permanent co-host, because obviously I don't want to make a long con by myself. It just doesn't make any sense. Plus, it's always good to have two sides of the same coin in terms of opinions. And that is something that is very important. And it's going to be a really good contrast, because I'm the one who basically is like really into gaming, and my co-host, she is into gaming, but not as much as me. She's an Elder Scrolls girl. She plays Elder Scrolls and stuff like that, but she still, kind of watches stuff here and there, kind of plays stuff here and there. But she's an artsy person, but she's very much on the casual side of things compared to myself. And she's within the same age range as me. So for those of you guys that are in your mid to late 30s or whatnot, and somewhere around that age range, that is, that's a few things about my co-host. And she's a close friend of mine in real life. So there's that as well. So she graciously said yes to this idea of being the co-host. And I am also, because of schedule reasons, this is going to be taking place on Sundays, unless there's a little bit of a schedule change, and then I could always do it either on a Friday or a Saturday, but because of this time of year. But for the most part, in terms of consistency, it looks like Sunday is going to be the day that it's going to happen. And I also want to know, I live on the eastern side of US, so that's my time zone. So basically, I'm very curious to know in terms of what time. I know I have people from all different walks of life. Some of you guys are in Europe that are watching me or whatnot. So I want to know what times you guys prefer to go live. And it's always going to be live. I'm not going to be doing a kind of a long commentary anymore. So there's going to be some sorts of gameplay in the background, obviously, just like you're seeing here. But yeah, I just kind of want to make this little shorter video just to kind of announce that I'm going to be implementing this again. And it's going to be very interesting, because it's kind of a really good way to end the week as well, is just to have like a little brief conversation. It could last anywhere from an hour to like maybe a couple hours. And if it's that deep, it could be even longer. Who knows? So things in terms of subjects and things that go on. I mean, there's so much that goes on throughout the week when it comes to all this stuff. It's literally like, you literally couldn't make videos on everything that goes on. So it's like, but even with the videos that you do make, it's like, well, you can always talk more in depth about everything, right? And getting the casual side of things, as well as the not just the casual side of things, but the hardcore side of things, because getting that other person's perspective and things like that, and having a co-host really makes a difference, right? And when it comes to podcasts, you gotta have co-hosts. Now, can there be guest co-hosts or whatnot, or can there be an additional guest? Absolutely. Things like that haven't changed, but it's always something that I enjoyed doing. So I figured it sure as hell couldn't hurt the channel doing it once a week. I certainly don't see why not. But your input, of course, is vastly appreciated. And let me know down in the comment section, as well as, if there's anything specific you want to talk about, because I know that not everybody's going to be able to make the podcast when it goes live. So So that's something that that I'm really curious about, because for the people that don't make it live, that come back to watch it, I want there to be if there's a subject that they really want to hear about or know about, I want it to be in the podcast, so that way we can pretty much have all bases covered, so that way we can make as most people as possible happy. But with that being said, this pretty much concludes this video. Thank you for all the kind words for those of you guys on Twitter that were asking about myself and how everything is during the storm. So thankfully I was safe in a shelter, and there was power, and I had a good enough signal in order to communicate on Twitter. And so yeah, things could have easily been worse, and I feel very blessed that that was not the case. And thankfully, of course, above all else, everybody's okay, everybody's safe, and yeah, so that's it. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope everybody had a safe week and a good week, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.